In the heart of a lush green forest, there was a small community of snails who lived in a peaceful meadow. Life in the meadow was slow and steady, just the way the snails liked it. All except for one little snail named Jet. Jet was different from the other snails. While they were content to glide slowly through the grass and munch on leaves, Jet dreamed of moving fast. Every day, Jet practiced sliding as quickly as possible, imagining what it would be like to race with the wind. The other snails often laughed at Jet. "You'll never be anything more than a snail," they would say, shaking their heads. "Snails are supposed to be slow. Why waste your time trying to be something you're not?" But Jet had a good friend named Sally, who believed in him. Sally was a thoughtful snail who always encouraged Jet to follow his heart. "If going fast makes you happy, then keep going fast," Sally said with a smile. "No matter what anyone else says, you should be proud of who you are." Jet held on to Sally's words. He knew that it didn't matter if others doubted him. What mattered was that he believed in himself. And so, Jet kept training, pushing himself harder each day. He practiced racing up and down leaves, darting through blades of grass, and even gliding across the soft forest floor. One day, the forest animals announced a big race. All the woodland creatures were invited, from the swift deer to the nimble rabbits. Jet's heart leaped with excitement. This was his chance to show everyone that a snail could be fast. Jet decided to enter the race. The other snails were shocked and skeptical. "A snail? In a race with deer and rabbits? You'll never stand a chance," they scoffed. But Jet didn't let their words discourage him. He trained even harder, with Sally by his side, cheering him on every step of the way. Every morning, Jet would wake up early to train. He practiced moving quickly over rough terrain, navigating tricky obstacles, and keeping his speed up for as long as he could. Sally would bring Jet fresh leaves for energy and make sure he stayed positive, reminding him, "It's not about winning, Jet. It's about doing your best and being true to yourself." As the day of the race drew closer, the other snails still didn't believe Jet could succeed. They went about their usual slow routines, paying little attention to his efforts. But Jet didn't mind. He was focused on his goal and knew that Sally was rooting for him. The big day finally arrived. The racecourse was set, winding through the forest and across the meadow. All the animals gathered at the starting line: the deer, the rabbits, the squirrels, and, standing proudly among them, was Jet the snail. When the race began, the faster animals quickly sped ahead. The deer leaped gracefully over the rocks, and the rabbits bounded through the grass with ease. Jet, on the other hand, moved as quickly as he could, but it was clear that he couldn't keep up with the other creatures. Still, Jet didn't give up. He kept pushing forward, determined to finish the race, no matter what. As he moved along the course, Jet could hear the cheers of the other animals. And in the distance, he heard Sally's voice, shouting, "Go, Jet! You're doing amazing!" Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Jet crossed the finish line. He was the last to finish, far behind the other racers. But as he took a deep breath and looked around, he noticed something surprising. The other snails were gathered at the finish line, waiting for him. The snails who had once doubted Jet were now cheering for him. "You didn't win the race," one snail said, "but you showed us something important." "Yes," another added, "you showed us that being brave and believing in yourself is what really matters. You may be a snail, but you're the fastest snail we've ever seen." Sally beamed with pride. "Jet, you might not have won the race, but you've won our respect. Your hard work, dedication, and courage have inspired us all." Jet smiled, feeling a warmth in his heart that no race could ever bring. He had proven to himself that he could be fast, and more importantly, he had shown everyone that being true to who you are is the greatest victory of all. From that day on, the other snails saw Jet in a new light. They admired his determination and the way he never let anyone else's opinions stop him from chasing his dreams. And whenever Jet zipped through the meadow, the other snails would cheer him on, proud to call him their friend. Jet might not have been the fastest in the forest, but he was the bravest snail in the meadow. He had taught his friends that it's not about winning or being the best, it's about believing in yourself, working hard, and staying true to who you are. And that, in the end, is what makes you truly fast, truly brave, and truly remarkable.